cry, but no one knows that demons dance alone. Silver lights came and went when I was an innocent, never knowing demons dance alone. But somehow I was seduced, and my innocence reduced by a demon that became my own. I followed it. I took the hook and swallowed it till I found dancing in my heart. Terrified, I tried to quit, but found I need a taste of shit, like a dancing demon needs a home. I had hoped to fill my years with more than melancholy tears, but the demon makes me dance alone. Baby, I should go to sleep. Baby, I should go to sleep. When I went to see my baby, she was in a nightgown. When I went to see my baby, she was on the ground. There was nothing in her eyes as I sat beside her. There was nothing in her eyes, nothing that could hide her. She was singing in her sleep. She was singing sadly. She was singing in her sleep. She was looking at me. There was something in her voice, something I was sensing. There was something in her voice, something that was missing. Opened up my heart, pity recognized her. Pity opened up my heart and nothing could disguise her. She was at herself inside a body she could sleep in. She had sealed herself inside, nobody could see again. Love is just a little lamb looking for a hunk of ham. Love is just a little lamb looking for a hunk of ham. Love's a lonely little lamb looking for a home. Home, 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 home,
Hi, everybody. It's me, Randy, singer for the Residents. And this is Chuck over here on keyboards. Bob on guitar. Now, I'm sure that most of our longtime fans out there remember that there was always 4 of us. I'm sorry to say that Carlos has retired. Carlos decided that the show business was just not for him. And he's our buddy. We miss him. Now, we don't miss those extended drum solos, but still, Carlos is still with us in our hearts. Okay, so now, we wanted to invite you people into our little living room here so that we could play a few songs for you and tell a few stories. Now, some of these stories are kinda spooky. So get ready. Here's the first one. It's called The Talking Light.
Uh-oh, catch him. Uh-oh, catch him. Uh-oh.
Once, when I was a lonely teenager. Once, when I was a lonely teenager.
Once when I was a lonely teenager, I was out walking by myself and
wandered into an unfamiliar area. The land was badly eroded, and as I looked up a small ravine, I saw a little cottage that appeared to be deserted. I noticed a weathered piece of paper stuck to the door and became curious as to what it said. In large, shaking letters were the following words: "If you find my baby inside, please bury him." Startled, I took the note off the door and continued to read.
Stay here no more. Something has my baby in that house, and I can't get him back. There is some kind of light surrounding him, and every time I try to reach my hand in and grab my baby, it burns me. But it don't seem to be hurting him none. And there is a voice. A voice keeps coming out of the light. And it says, "Find the ring! Find the ring!" Oh, I have looked all over that house. I tore up the furniture and I pulled up the floorboards, but I can't find no ring anywhere. And now I am so tired. I don't know what to do except try to find some help for my baby, but I may not be able to make it back. Somehow, dear God, help us. I think we have wound up in hell. And I get the feeling that it's my baby's fault. But I don't know what he's done to deserve this.
Except for a small area around the baby bassinet in the center of the room, the interior of the shack was childhood house. After working my way through the jumble of broken furniture, loose floorboards, and other rubble, I finally reached the side of the oddly spotless and pristine bassinet, covered by a clean white blanket. Filled with apprehension, I removed the cover, revealing the perfectly formed skeleton of a baby, clutching a wedding ring in its right hand.
Lost in a light. Lost in a light. Lost in a
After scratching a shallow hole in the dry dirt of the ravine, I was about to dump the pitiful basket of bones into it when I noticed some words engraved on the ring. Deeply disturbed but compelled to continue, I brought the ring closer to my eyes and made out the words: "A mother's love erases rages. A mother's rage erases." But the rest was scratched out. Overwhelmed by feelings of fear, disgust, and confusion, I threw the ring and the baby skeleton into the hole. I quickly covered them with dirt and ran home. No one has ever believed my story. I've tried to convince myself that it must have been a dream induced by the instability of adolescence. I take comfort from that thought.
Lost in a light. Lost
6 more miles to the graveyard, and I'll be left here all alone.
I don't know about you, but I believe in ghosts. They've always been there. My whole life, they're under the beds and the back of the closets. There was this guy, Red, that I worked with on a 12-story building, a construction worker, and all of a sudden, one day, Red just beep, plop. He fell off the building. And I found his body. All rearranged in a weird kind of a way. But from that day on, anytime I would get up really high somewhere, like the edge of the Grand Canyon or the top of the Dubai Tower, Red would be there. He would appear, and he would start talking to me in this sweet, soothing voice, and he tried to get me to jump. And there was this big giant ball, glowing huge ball that just landed right on top of my head when I was stuck in quicksand in Crossing, Arkansas. And inside of this big glowing ball were worms and snakes and bugs and the cut off head of a train conductor. It was really weird in there. But worst of all are the mirror people. The mirror people! I'll tell you more about them later. I'm
He put his butchers to work. With a competent clerk, executing those who had abandoned the truth. Then four faces appeared around the sides of a sphere, spinning over a throne made of amber and bone. The ball was covered with eyes, and as it started to rise, God commanded the clerk to take me back to the dirt.